Hello and welcome. Doug here from Albuquerque with all kinds of stuff about knitting and yarn today. I did not sleep great last night, so I had an outing. I went to a quilt fabric destash sale, which was fun. It's a once a year event and I always love going there. And then I went shopping, and when I got back, do you ever do that? That you buy something really delicious because you're starving, and then you eat it, it's like the best thing that you've ever wanted. Now you do want to know what I ate, right? I had a green chili bagel with cream cheese with chives and smoked salmon. So good, so good. But now I needed a coffee too. So I have an espresso, a little bit watered down, and in one of my favorite mugs from I think it's called Bird Rock. Yes, Bird Rock Coffee Roasters. I should know that because I use the little one every day. Bird Rock Coffee Roasters in San Diego. Yeah, good memories. I hope you've been up to something fun. Ooh, that's a strong one. Maybe I should have taken two sugar cubes, brown sugar, what I put in. Caffeine, good. We came to the end of the UFOMANIA 2026 yesterday, and I'm going to start with that, even though I will do the giveaway at the end and draw the winner. But for now, I want to share with you my UFOs that I have finished just now since we saw each other last. And one of them is my beautiful Bruma shawl. I talked about it many times, and I love how this guy turned out. As you can see, it's huge. Even though I washed and blocked it, but I just laid it out on the bed. I did not stretch it or pin it or anything. And that was easy to do. 4mm needles, and like I told you last time, I extended that last section. It would have been smaller, as she wrote in the pattern, and because I kept going because I had a 150 gram skein. And this is what I have left. It's very easy to do, to just keep going. And then I stayed on the safe side. I have 12 grams left of this color, 7 of the turquoise, and 12 grams of that very first color. And I will tell you what the yarns were and show you my updated page in my knitting journal. I took pictures, which was really fun. And I do want to tell you that in case you have missed this before, it's such a great pattern. So if you are thinking about making it, it's so well written. I absolutely love it. So that's the page, and I ran out of space. So this is what I do. I do a flippity. I build in a flippity thing, which is fun. And the yarns are in the order in which they made their appearance. This is Wonderland yarns. And the turquoise is Rohrspatz und Wollmeise. It's a German yarn. And I am paper DAC on Ravelry, so I usually do update my projects. So if you want to know anything in more detail or repeat information, that's where you find everything among my projects there. And the last color, this one is the brand is Northern Bee Studio, and I got it in the store, the Woolly Mammoth in Anchorage, Alaska. Yeah, it's always, I like that. I don't know if you feel the same, but when I go on a trip, it's always special to get yarn. I mean, of course, it's always special to get some yarn, but then when you make something with it, then you kind of go back to those memories, and it always, the item always gets you back to those good memories, hopefully good memories about that trip. Yeah. So that was that. And the other finished item, boy, I did really good, didn't I? Was a pair of socks made with crazy sour ball. One I had done, and the second one I finished as planned. And there is not much to say. It's just that it's such a lovely yarn, and I love working on socks with this yarn. Yeah, I love making socks because it's always, the colors change all the time, so you never get bored. Really sweet. Yeah, and what else? Something super exciting. Oh yes, I can show you this. This is my sock page in my knitting book, and here I could not decide on which photo to use, so I used all of them. This was one that was taken in Canada on our trip this year, and this one at home. Yeah, both of them, of course. Yeah. So, and then the big thing for me really was the rug. And hold on, I'm gonna grab it because it is huge. And I'm talking about my rug hooking project that I have been working on. It sounds terrible. I think it's been 12 years. I think I started this 12 years ago. And it's, I can't, of course, this is not a project on Ravelry because it's a hooked rug, but I know that I keep a book about rug hooking where I write down things occasionally, and it was a class that I had taken where I started working on it. So let me grab that, hold on. I think you can see everything. Yeah, it's really big. It's about 3 by 2 feet, roughly. And this was made after an artwork by my son, who is now 27, and that was in middle school, that he did a painting of that bird. And of course, the rug is his. When I put that on Instagram, a lot of people said, you cannot put that on the floor. This is art, blah, blah, blah. But that's what they're meant for. These rugs are made for the floor. Yeah, you cannot put all of your hooked rugs on the wall. It's just not possible. I mean, well, mine, I have two smaller pieces that are up on walls, but this one will not go up on a wall. And yeah, he loves it, of course, as to be expected. The original was a square, and I changed it to be more like a bed, a mat to go in front of a bed. Yeah. Happy this is done. And when the time comes, I will show you the next rug hooking project, which actually I can show you. I brought it. I forgot I had it here. This one is another one that is worked after, and goodness, why is it? Sorry about the reflection. Now, here we go. These are all motifs that my children painted when they were little, and I wanted to make a rug that incorporates all of these. So we recently had a rug hooking retreat. I belong to the local guild, and it was a 3-day retreat, super chill and fun, and love these women that I've known. I've known most of them for 12 plus years, 15 years or so. And so on the second day was when I finished the edge of the bird rug, and now I started the kids rug again. I picked that up. I had started this, I believe, in 2012. So even longer ago, but still loving it. It's just that my passion is knitting, and that's what I reach for. Also, you need a larger setup, you need the frame, you really need to color plan, even though I gotta say this does not require a lot of color planning, because a yellow star, you just grab any old yellow and so forth. Yeah, so, and right now, this is where I am. So I have Lewis's dinosaur done, Fiona's house, Fiona's butterfly, and Lewis's snake. Down here is, well, again, stuff that both of them drew. This is gonna be awesome. And oh yeah, let's see. Yeah, this is why I know when I started it, because I wrote the year on there. If you don't know anything about rug hooking and you want to know more, look back a bunch of episodes. There is a special episode about rug hooking where I do a little bit of a demonstration and tell you a little bit more about it, which I don't want to do today. Two things I've continued working on, and one of them is, of course, the yellow cardigan for my daughter. You're gonna say, why isn't it done? You had plenty of time. Yeah, it's a bit of a sad story, because I'm holding to, let's start a little bit, let's back up a little bit, Doc. This is the Tani cardigan. I made a blue one for myself, which my daughter loved, and she said, oh, can I have one in yellow? I said, sure. She wants one for the office, and when it's, because of the air conditioning, sometimes she needs a little cardigan. So I am using my own yarn, which is now renamed Paper Dye Yarns, and the base is still velvet, Surrey alpaca silk blend lace yarn, and I'm holding that with a true lace yarn, 100%. Is it super wide? wash. I don't think it's superwash, 100% merino. So, all good, but this is nothing. This is 2 grams. I still have this, which is my swatch. But that's a lot of knitting that I still have to do because I need the the ribbing for the neckline. I need both ribbings on both sides, and I need to cast off the bottom, which is done after you finish the button bands. Yes, I was playing Yarn Chicken seriously. And then I dove into my stash and I looked, I thought I had one more skein of yellow, and I did, but it was a very neon-y yellow. So I over dyed that, but as you can see, it is a lot darker. Well, it doesn't even look that bad here. But trust me, it's distinctly darker. I flipped through my notebook out in the dye studio. I could not find any notes. But I have ordered, I was out of bare velvet, undyed velvet. And so, but I had to place an order with my wholesaler. And so I just got the package yesterday. Where am I sitting? Why am I so low? This is better. Sorry. Yeah, so this is a lovely color, but I don't think it will work. So what I think I will do, I will do both button bands and use, well, actually I may only use, maybe I only do the side with the buttonholes, and then the other side, maybe I only attach the buttons. I could steam block it. It's rolling up quite a bit right now, but I could steam block it a little bit. Yeah. I was rambling about this and how I could proceed with this, so I spared you that. You're welcome. Okay, so that's the cardigan, and now you know why nothing has happened on that. I have also picked up my 3rd sock UFO and finished one sock. Isn't this beautiful? I just love this so much. So cute. This is dyed by a German hand dyer. And the second sock I have just started. Didn't do anything else. And I am using 2.5 millimeter needles and 4 needles, DPNs, 16 stitches per needle. And I put this in my cute little bag that I picked up on a vacation many years ago. It's cute, isn't it? Look at the fabric lining. What is this? This does not belong here. This belongs here. Okay, so I worked on the cardigan, I worked on the socks, shawl, and what are we going to talk about next? In the middle of the past, well, how can I start this? There were two things that came up, kind of like, you know how sometimes things just fly in from the side, and so one of them was that a friend of mine asked, oh, could you make a vest for our daughter, who is my goddaughter in Germany? And then I found yarn. She loves pink, so I did not start because I don't know, I didn't have the brain space. And then the other day I found this. Made so many, well, not quite of this, similar ones. I made so many of for my daughter and her cousins and my cousin's daughter. But the pattern, I mean, this is like 100 years old and not very well written, so I'm going to see where this is going. Also, I went stash diving, and I thought, well, let's see what I find, if I have something nice. And what I thought, because she's a very girly girl, she's, how old is she? 5, I think. Oh, I'm messing that up. I think she's 5 now. So I found this. It is a discontinued yarn, but it's very soft, alpaca silk DK. Lovely to the touch, so it's not scratchy. And I also grabbed this, which was a gift from a friend in Germany. Let me come closer so you see. Sparkles. So it's a very fine yarn, like a thread, and then you hold it with something. I must say I did not like it when I held it only with this. The contrast was, I don't know, I felt like I saw that pale pink thread too much. I noticed the thread more than I noticed the sparkles. Then I thought, okay, what else do I have? Found this. Again, velvet, Suri alpaca silk. Beautiful girly color. And let me show them together. And I started, and now I knitted one evening on this, and this is how far I got. And I'm thinking either I'm gonna make a little, depending on how far this goes, because I only have one ball of this. So either I make a short cropped tie in the front thingy, or a little bit longer and kind of like a wrappy thing, the way this one is. I'll see, because this old version was made with 8mm needles, and I am definitely not there. I think I'm using 6mm. These are not 4mm needles. I'm pretty sure it's 6mm needles. I'll keep you posted. I gotta look it up, because I initially started with 4mm with these two. When it didn't work out, I grabbed a bigger needle. I got quite a bit of this, all together like 4.5 balls of 50 grams. Like I said, DK weight. And I thought at night, at some point, I thought, this is so firm, so firm. So now I'm wondering if I should redo and start over. Also because the neckline, I'm thinking I'm just gonna crochet around it. Oh no, actually you wanna look at it like this. It's gonna be fine, right? I am increasing for the raglan, but at the same time, you see the markers every 6 rows. I increase by 1 stitch on every side. And I did not do the math. I thought I'm just gonna see how this goes. So we'll see. Maybe, no, I can't make another sample because I can't make another swatch with a bigger needle because this is the only ball I have. Even though I could grab a thread from the inside, this one I can easily break and rejoin, no big deal. And of the Debbie Bliss alpaca silk, I have a bunch of balls, so I can just do that with another ball of yarn. Maybe I do that and see if I can go up another needle size. And yeah, I don't think her dads were thinking of a necessarily a little cardigan like that, more like a sleeveless vest. But I'm thinking if I do this, I can still make it with short sleeves and it is kind of like a vest. So that's what I'm probably gonna do. That's what I'm thinking right now. Now you know it all. I'm in a book club, and one of the book club members, actually she's the only one, I think we're 8 women, and one of them, she's the only one who does not knit. One of them is more like a all around fiber artist, but she's the non-knitter, and she said, hey, this is where I work, we need Chemo hats. And so she knew all of us are knitters, and I thought, yes, this is a great thing to do. I finish a project and then I'm gonna make a hat. So what they do is they gather the hats and keep them and let the women pick out a hat who have lost their hair through cancer chemo treatment. And I asked a friend who kindly shared her experiences, and she said, doesn't matter if it's wool. And the contrary was the case when she went through it. She was always cold when she had her treatments, and so she liked a warm hat. She also said she would not have minded to hand wash the hat. Just make sure there's instructions that come with a hat. I remembered a hat pattern that I wrote. It's all about these old things. Yet again, another old one. I had written a hat pattern many years ago. And I would be embarrassed to show you the original pattern. So for some reason, I was in my studio in the house and I saw this and I thought, I gotta rewrite this. This is really cool. There is no picture on the pattern yet, but it will be called Desert Rebel. And just last night, I finished the first version. And all of the yarn that I've used is, this is woolen stuff, and it's all leftovers where one of them I I have lost the tag, but I thought by the way, the original pattern was called the Sunken Stripes hat. Yeah, or just Sunken Stripes. Yeah. And I thought that would be so cool because this changes colors. Look at that. Unfortunately, it only went from orange to yellow. So I thought I really want to make it with 2 colors, and so this is the other one. Both of them DK. I worked the hat with 4 millimeters on the ribbing and 4.5 millimeters on the body of the hat. And I can never remember the name of this yarn, but it's nice, it's lovely, it's soft and cozy. It's called Garzato PU. It's a merino with alpaca by Lana Grossa. Yeah, so yeah, pretty. This was a really fun one. And if I am not completely wrong, I may even have old pattern here. Yep, there it is. So I found some other patterns that I personally liked. One of them was this one. Both of them were free. This is called Race for Life. Easy cap. It's kind of a little bit of a lacy edge, which I thought pretty. And the other one is the opposite, like a very funky hat. Oh, actually, I printed on 3. Wait. Wait a second. This one, thought that might be fun. It is called Cloche Divine, also free. And the other one is called Nip and Tuck Hat. I like the asymmetrical style on this one, that you can kind of like turn it around whichever way you want. And this is my original hat, Sunken Stripes hat. And this one even says that it was, I thought it said when I wrote that. Oh, 2010, long time ago. Oh my gosh, yes. So yeah, what I like, where to start? Sorry, I knew this was going to happen eventually. What I like about the hat is that this pattern gives it a lot of flexibility. I probably, for myself, I would add another pattern repeat, which is a 6 rounds, 2 purl, and 4 knit, to have this more slouchy option. I finished it last night, and see, for me, I like it a little bit taller, but I think as a Chemo hat, it's perfectly fine like this. What do you think? So I will wash it. I mean, weave in the ends, wash it, dry it, and then it comes into a bag, Ziploc bag, and goes on a pile. I love the color change, even though it's way slower than I expected it to change. Cute. Yeah, that is this. The Desert Rebel. This one will be published as a pattern, and hopefully you will love to make a version 2, and I definitely wanted to ask you if you would feel so inclined to do something for this cause and knit a chemo hat. And any style is fine. You just you pick a yarn. I think we all have plenty of yarn, plenty of leftovers, and we're happy to know that this will come, that this will help out someone. So if you would like to send that to me, to our local Albuquerque, to one of the hospitals, shoot me an email. It's paperdag@gmail.com, and then I can gather for a little bit longer before I pass it on. Actually, at the end of this month we have book club, but I see my book club girls all the time anyway, so it doesn't matter. Or I drop it off at my friend's house when I have a few. Yes, it's really fun when you get a chance to dig into the stash. Here's another bag that I found where I thought, oh, that would be lovely for a chemo hat also, because this is a silk wool blend, so it should be very soft, and my friend said soft would be great and warm, like I told you. And here is also, I pulled out these two. This is a Louisa Harding silk wool blend. This could be the color in the ditch with that color as the dominant color. They feel very much like they're the same weight and fiber content, even though this one is from a different, they're different companies. Oh yeah, this one is a Silky Merino by Malabrigo. Yeah. And then I don't know, initially I grabbed more summerish yarns, and you know how it is, we have a stash, yes, and so I pulled out a bunch of yarns, and this is just one bag that I pulled out where I had collected more summery yarns. And this was one that I really liked. It's called Linarte, also Lana Rosa. So got that in Germany. And then I also, oh, is that maybe, oh, they come up with so many similar yarns. Lana Rosa. Look at that. I love these colors. I thought have a main color prominent for the pearl ridges, and then do all of these, use up all of these leftovers as the colors in the ditch. This feels so luxuriously soft, but yet at the same time also a little bit cool. I am thinking, oh, this is cotton viscose. Interesting. I did not even expect that. This is no wool, so maybe I should not add, maybe I shouldn't add wool to this. We shall see what happens with this. I'm definitely going to weave in this one. Like I said, finish completely this one, then maybe move back to the cardigan, and the little kids cardigan I'm going to make a swatch, and then I'll do the next chemo hat. I wanted to show you something which I really love, that was gifted to me in Germany by a friend who made this for me. Do you believe this? This is a little ring binder, and she made it specifically for me. How sweet is that? So I've been racking my brain what I do with this one, and because it has to be special. So this was a gift from another friend, a nice collage for my journal, which was hole punched and fits exactly in here as the first page. You've seen my knitting journal, and it has all it's too thick to house the gauge swatches. So now I'm thinking maybe I should put all of them in here. And I mean, it's not super clear, but clear enough. And so this is a test where I thought, this would definitely work for this one. And I had ordered a few more of these pockets, and I have already cut some cardboard to size to fit in there, and I think I stapled this one. Did I staple? Yes, I sure did. I stapled this onto the paper. Yeah. So I wrote down what the project was, what year, and what the yarn is, and of course the needle size. So I'm going to remember what project, but it's going to be nice to have all of the gauge swatches in here. Yeah, I'm excited. I think that's going to be a good thing to do. I do have extra pages in the back, but at this point, I don't know if I'm going to use them. But isn't this incredibly beautiful? I was so totally blown away when she said she made that for me. Thank you. I know you watch in English because my friend used to live in Denver, and now she's back. She's German, now she's back in Germany, but I know she likes to get her American English fix. So thank you again. I love it. I am cutting in here because I will not end this with the drawing of the winners, because everybody, with one exception, is from Europe. I think everybody is from Germany. And so I will, I will just show the win of Katrin from Canada here. Katrin, let me know which one you prefer. Either a double knit sock blank fingering weight, which would give you 2 identical socks, or a fingering weight skein of my Sundancer base with the old label, and this is the colorway Sterntaler. Yes, and all the German-speaking people, the winners will be announced in the German episode, and I will see you over there for that. To all my friends over here in the US and in Canada, thank you so much for watching. I'm looking forward to seeing you again soon, either with another woolly episode or with a paper and fountain pen episode. But as usual, and as in the past, we are continuing in this podcast, for this podcast, with a lot of woolly content and a little bit of fountain pen, paper, and ink stuff. I'm looking forward to chatting with you again soon. Until then, I hope you have something nice on your needles. And shoot me an email if you need my address, because you would like to send a chemo hat to a hospital here in Albuquerque I will receive all of your creations happily. Again, my email, paperdag@gmail.com. I hope we chat again soon, and again, happy knitting, and thank you for watching. Bye.